Alright everyone, The Amazing Atheist has now sold out on free speech and expression. Link in the description to a little mashup that Dapperton did that actually is him from like years ago talking about censorship versus him a few days ago. Now here's the thing. Now that he's like pushing 37, which I thought he was in his 40s, I think it's the beard. Get a trim, dude. Trust me, it's nicer. It feels better. He's become his parents. He's grown up. TJ has matured now, and so he has mature, stuffy views with regards to censoring speech that he finds problematic. By the way, with each generation, this time it's different. Every other time the censorship was bad, and it failed, and it was horse shit, and like 20 years later you realize, oh, it was superstitious nonsense. The government was just trying to push a war. The government was just trying to push right think, and was wrong. This time, though, it's different. This time, trust us. Trust us people who used to be edgy. We were punks. We were in our 20s, man. And I said, fuck Jesus Christ before it was not cool. And I was edgy, says TJ, because he was the Amazing Atheist. And, of course, the early wave of content creation, that was one of the edgiest things that was there. That and sex education. People kissing and shit, really got people off 10 years ago. But now he's mature. This time it's different. Now we have a cultural problem, says the upstanding adult TJ, the Amazing Atheist. We have a problem with disinformation. It's coming from Russia. It's coming from China. It's coming from evil extremists. It's coming from people who are spooky woo. Yeah, like the edgy, weird side of YouTube never existed, by the way, dude. This time it's different. This time we need a ministry of truth to police it. Now his response to Dapperton's post was hysterical. It's to point out, hey, in that first clip, I'm talking about art, film and music and stuff. In the second one, I'm talking about things that are actually harmful to society. Did not the government always cast off as harmful to society everything that which it wanted to censor? Eminem, rock and roll, punk rock, the fucking condoms and shit. Everything. It's always cast off as it's a problem. It's going to hurt society. Think of the children. And sometimes it doesn't even come from the government. It comes from now corporations. Or it comes from even craptivistic groups. Groups that TJ would never support. Most of them are evangelical. It's like the far-right moralistic crowd. Like a Pat Robertson or something like that. Well, this is complete selling out. I think I know why. I think I know what happened. The Amazing Atheist is looking at his stats and he's misinterpreting them. He's looking at the slowdown, the slow decline of his subscriber base and the reduction in views he gets per video, and he's saying, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Now, it's not that I'm not the same person I was. I still say edgy shit and I cover this, similar topics as on Drunken Peasants. Yeah, here's the thing, TJ. You're misinterpreting that. Just like Destiny is, because he's come out and supported the basic same principle. Only he wants to kill people for having wrong think views. I think you just want to gulag them. What happened is that you're getting buried by priority creators. I've been warning you for years. It's not just right-wing creators. It's every independent creator. That's why your stats are down. You know the irony? You know who pushed the tech sites to adopt such a thing? The right-thinkers of the U.S. government did. Klobuchar has been pushing this now for more than a year. There's congressional speeches by her where she said, YouTube and Facebook and Twitter need to do more about disinfo. You are the agent of your own misfortune, literally pushing that which is destroying your independent career and forcing you to try to salvage it by supporting their bottom line. You've become your parents, TJ. That's what it boils down to. Guess what audience never has to worry about a creator selling out and doing something like this? The clankers. Because it's never going to happen. Never in a million years. Fuck censorship. Yes, that includes things that I personally find objectionable or problematic. Do I think that commie rhetoric is problematic? Yeah, it killed 100 million people in the last century. I'm not a fan of communism. Do I think commies should be silenced? No, because I think they're fucking stupid. I want you to continue talking, leftoids. There's nothing that I could do in 100 years of effort to denigrate the left as much as the cringiest leftoids can anyway. When Vaush spouts off, it's wonderful. Let him keep doing it. Hope he succeeds at gaining a larger audience through astroturfing and paying for ad campaigns. I hope that happens. He's sucking the wind out of the sails of commies that are at least somewhat coherent. Not in ideology, but at least, they're presentable, like they put a suit on or something. And I don't mean that dude with the pink mohawk, because I don't think he fits into the suit very well. TJ, meanwhile, more garden variety leftoid. It's like you spend a decade making your brand out of trying to be edgy, literally antagonizing people, and you don't expect that this sort of thing would have some kickback against those that would support it if it ever happened? Name an example in all of history where the censorship, number one, was in good faith and wasn't misused grossly to abuse people, and number two, with which there wasn't mission creep. That is, at first, look at Tech World. All we want to do is ban people from Patreon for manifest observable behavior. Mob. This is literally what they said. Lauren Southern fired a flare off at a fishing vessel, therefore she's off the platform. You can get banned for a lot more than that now, can't you? Oh, says YouTube. We're not going to go after people for unorthodox political opinions. It's just if you're trying to stoke up hate. So if you're like, you're a Klan member, you're burning a cross and you're telling people to go and kill minorities, that's not allowed. But if you just have unorthodox views, that's okay. You can get banned for some very basic unorthodox views on YouTube now. Facebook, don't even get me started. There's a reason why years ago I stopped actively using the site. The problem is you'll always get an expansion of that censorship. You will be abused, the system you've created. Government bureaus are the least effective at this anyway because they get co-opted by whatever partisan politics are there at the time. What one administration considers to be observable, provably true, and what the next one does aren't going to be the same fucking goddamn thing. Now, TJ can simp for Joe Biden all he wants while pretending to be a real progressive. I find that fucking hysterical. He's even trying to cover his ass on the Afghanistan screw-up. Well, Sticks, by the way, I've been called out for this. Called out, I use the term loosely. Sticks was for the withdrawal, but now he's complaining about Biden. Yeah, he kept us in for 6 extra weeks. What a peace dove. Peace dove conducting drone strikes that'll go on long after August 31st, believe me. Yeah, I'm almost thinking that the Kabul airport attack was allowed to happen just to have a continuing cause to continue perturbing the people in Afghanistan for the next 1,000 years. Yeah, but TJ sees no problem with this. It's all good. As long as we keep those disinfo agents who obviously have Russian ties from being able to have a YouTube channel or a Twitter handle or go on Twitch or something. That's about all. Peace out.